B la pa pa da pee sabadoo boo sabadoo la doodly doodla diddly la la baby shoobadoop shabadop shoobadoop dap da dap dee da shoobadoop shabadop shoobadoop dap da dap dee da shoobadoop shabadop shoobadoop dap.
Okay, now what we're going to create are two eyeshadows that are kind of like a smoky effect. So we're just going to work on one side first, and then we're going to work on the other one later, the reverse of what we're going to do now. So starting with the dish, just put 2 drops of alcohol. And we're going to start with the vanilla pigment because that's going to be the highlighter color that we're going to use. So just use the smidgen measuring spoon and put a smidgen into the dish and add 2 to 3 more drops of alcohol. Now pick up your brush and just mix that to like an icing consistency. So not watery like milk, but more like a cake icing consistency. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our small dome and put that on top and use it kind of like a stencil to draw in our highlight. So it's just kind of like a rainbow. So the vanilla pigment is going to be applied on to area. So just design this on your own. I mean, you know, just be as artistic and as creative as you can. And the trick is to really just cake it on. So just pat the pigment right on to the area where you want it. And just really cake it on. So don't paint it or brush it on, but more like, you know, just pack and cake it on. Now, 91% alcohol dries fast, so you'll be able to notice that it's kind of starting to solidify, which is what you want. Okay, now just let that dry for a little bit before you apply your next color. Okay, once it's dry a little bit, just take the stencil out, and now you should be left with a pattern where the highlight on the brow bone is going to be, and that's going to be a pretty vanilla color. Move on to your next color, and for this one I'm using teal, and then I'm also going to be using melon. And we're working on a rainbow pattern, and we're going to start with a teal, and then we're going to finish the bottom with melon. Okay, so just make sure everything's packed and even. And just let it sit and dry. Okay, now once it's dried, we're going to press it so that we can smooth out the surface. I'm going to use a coffee filter and a measuring cup. Now place the coffee filter on top. You can use fabric on this. It'll give you a good hatch mark if you use jeans. And then just put the measuring cup on top of it and just press really hard. So if you haven't watched my pigment pressing tutorial, go ahead and watch that as well. Now just remove the filter, and it should flatten out the surface, and it's beautiful, just like that. Okay, so one eye is done. Now you're going to need to do the other eye. Now for the other eye, you're going to need a mirror of the first one that you did. So everything's going to be the reverse of the one that we just finished. So once you finish both of them, now you have 2 opposite looking pieces that's mirroring each other, and we're going to determine which one's left and right. And the white part is going to be the highlighter, so that goes on the brow bone. So, and the flat edge is going to be the lower lid, which is closer to the lash line. So now this one is going to be the right side, and just write that in the back. Okay, and do the same thing to the other eye. So that way you'd remember which one's left and which one's right. Okay, now to store it, I usually use some of the eyelash cases that I use in my makeup jobs, and you can never figure out what to do with them, so you usually just throw them away. So this is a good way to recycle these, and they fit them perfectly. So if you put it in the case, it'll be just perfect size and everything. So we're going to use this case to store. Now if you're going to use this to give it as a gift to a friend, I usually enclose in an instruction on how to put this on or how to apply it on, and I just print that on a piece of paper, and sometimes it fits in the case, and if it doesn't, I just fold it, and then I'll place the two pieces right on top of that, just like so, and then just close the lid. And if you want to store that, it'll keep for a long time, and it'll be ready to give us a gift.